Hello everyone, my name is Jamin. Thanks so much for visiting my channel. In this video, I'm working on a Dell OptiPlex all-in-one system, the 5250 model. I'm going to show you how to get inside, access your fan, heatsink, CPU assembly. Now before we get going, power down your computer the correct way. Make sure it's all the way powered off. Make sure the power cord is unplugged. We're going to flip it over, lay it flat on the screen, make sure there's nothing underneath that can damage or scratch it. And then we're going to go at it from the rear, try to get that panel off. Okay, so to get the stand off, there's a button right here underneath it. I'm going to push that button down and then lift up from here to get that stand off. And the stand comes right up like that. So after removing that stand, there's no screws you have to take out. We're just going to pry this panel up from this end here. So I'm going to take a small flat screwdriver and very carefully just put it under there, pop this up very gently. You can see I'm just going around the bottom. Try not to put it way far in, just on the edge, and you can pop that right up. So after taking that panel off, this is what it's looking like for the inside of the computer. Now, as a general computer repair side note, whenever I'm working on a computer in my shop, I have it sitting on this anti-static mat. Either that or an anti-static bracelet are great ideas to avoid damaging anything in your computer when you're working on it. If you would like any help with tools or supplies for your computer project, as well as all of the replacement and upgrade parts for this specific model, the 5250, there'll be a link above. Also below in the description, it'll be a list of all the things I use in my shop, and again, all the replacement and upgrade parts for this model computer. Right here you have this metal panel to access some more components. Again, no screws. This is a very nice computer to work on. There's just a pull tab here. So you push that down a little bit and then slide it that way. And that panel comes right off pretty easily. This is your heatsink where your CPU is located, right there. This is your fan assembly under here, attached to your heatsink. To gain access to our CPU area, we'll undo these 4 screws. There's one more screw down here. We'll take off the heatsink and we'll get at our CPU. As you can see, there's a lot of thermal paste left on both the heatsink and the CPU. Just as a side note, if you ever expose your thermal paste to air like I'm doing here, it does need to be reapplied. Once it's exposed to air, it's not going to work as well as it should. Below in the description, and that link I told you about with all of the tools and replacement parts for this computer, I will include a couple different thermal paste options. You do get what you pay for with thermal paste, so there will be a cheaper option there if money is a real big factor, but I will also include a little more expensive option that will do a better job of heat transfer. After removing the heatsink, this is your CPU. There's a little latch right here, and it's held down right over here. So I'm going to push that down and pull it out, and then this pulls back, and you gain access to your CPU. Be careful taking it out, especially the bottoms. The pins can be fragile. You don't want to damage anything, but that's your CPU right there. So after cleaning out my heatsink and cleaning all the thermal paste off, that's ready to reinstall. I've also taken the CPU and cleaned off all the thermal paste there. I will have the i7 upgrade replacement below in the description in that link I told you about. And then we're just going to slide this down, make sure that's under the screw, and press that under there to secure it in place. To reapply thermal paste, you don't want to apply too much. So I'm just going to put a little bit down right in the center. So that should be the sufficient amount of thermal paste you need. If you put down too much thermal paste, what could end up happening is you could end up locking heat in rather than facilitating its transport out. So be careful not to put down too much. Then I'll place my heatsink back down, nice and carefully. Nice and even, give it a little push. And then I'll put all my screws back in. And that's how you'd access your CPU area and replace your CPU. If you guys have any questions, check out the FAQs in the description below. It could save you some time getting an answer. But if you do need to leave me a question or comment, I do try to get to those at least a couple times a day. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I look forward to seeing you on my next video.